All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back, continuing with the Yakuza 2. More bowling today. Until it is done, there's no way in my mind, at least, that I don't get it today. I can't imagine not getting it today. It has to happen, right? It has to. It really does. We have had some really good ones. We've gotten like 10 strikes in a row a couple times. I think it's fairly likely, to be honest. And then after that, I don't really know exactly what we're doing. I guess I'll just look at the minigame list and see what else is available in the world, and we'll just go from there. Mahjong should be open. I don't know if I necessarily want to get going on that, but it should be. I think Mahjong is available. Do I want to get going on Mahjong? I really don't know. I'm conflicted. Part of me is like, yeah, I do. The other part of me is like, oh man, that might take a bit though. I'm gonna have to, like, I kind of know my way around Mahjong, but I'll have to really learn the ins and outs of it for completion. And I know that some people, for doing Yakuza completion, just use like a Mahjong like guide sort of thing, like a, what's it? Same with shogi. Just something that will, like, you input everything that's on the table and what you have and everything, and it calculates the ideal thing to do, like the ideal move every turn. We're not gonna do that. That shit is for bitches. No way. We're gonna learn how to play the games. We're not calculating them out to be perfectly optimal. The real bagger of Dojima would never. Good start. Gotta do them dance battles. The dance battles are so goofy in 5. That is some of the silliest shit in Yakuza. Oh, beautiful. I don't think there's a way to cheat. A lot of people do use a thing that, it obviously, because of how Mahjong is, it's not perfect, but it basically maximizes your odds of winning by just calculating out like what your best move is. Shogi, you can use one of those and basically just guarantee it. Mahjong is a little iffier though. I don't think I want as much curve. Oh, come on, man. We were bagging. We were bagging. I should have put a little more curve on it. AI is cheating, you say? I don't believe you. Okay. Yep. And we're back. We're back to the one pin in the corner. Back to this shit. That is most commonly the pin that screws me. Because physics are kinda... What's it? We're relying on the physics of the other pins to get the back corners knocked down like that. So whenever something screws me over, it's normally that one. Like that. We're relying on stuff like that. Okay. Can't wait for Pachi slot only. Oh, maybe we should do Pachi slot. Since that's going to be like a stream and a half based on doing basically the same thing in Yakuza 1. In Yakuza 1, I think it was like a full stream and then maybe another hour or so in the stream after to get the Pachi slots done. Fucking Haruka. We wouldn't have even had to do it in Yakuza 1 if it wasn't for Haruka demanding it. Dumbass kid. Ooh. I'll take it. I'll take it. Was in OG1? Yeah. And you had to do it for Haruka's trust, like basically the exact same thing, where you just had to get a fuck ton of medals in one sitting. It pretty much was the exact same. It's not bad. You literally just sit there and spin it for like a few hours. I just yap at chat the whole time while it runs in the back. Uh-oh. Fuck. But yeah, most of the machines in Yakuza 2 are even just pulled right over from Yakuza 1. I think the Aladdin machine is new in this game. I know the Aladdin one is new. And the, there's like a dinosaur-themed one, if I remember right. And then the rest of them are just from Yakuza 1. I maybe wanted a touch more curve than that. Oh, we're so back. Painful that we are, but we are. We are back. I got this, though. It's just so easy. You know, 12 strikes in a row. When a lot of it is fairly physics-based. When do you think the story will continue? Fuck if I know at this rate. I really do want most minigame stuff just done, so that then when we do go back to the main story, we can actually just play the main story and enjoy it at that point. Sub-stories are there, but sub-stories barely even feel that different from main story half the time. So I'd rather have minigame completion really knocked away at before I continue with it. Fuck that back right pin, dude. God damn it. I'm pretty sure this was the strat I was cooking with last time. Maybe I'm not doing something right. I swear it was more consistent than this. Maybe not, though. Plays the Yakuza just for the minigames. It's true. You should see me, you know, when I'm reviewing them. I played just enough of everything else to be able to act like I talk about it, or like I know about it, and like I give a shit about it. But I'm just here for the minigames. It's true. Everyone knows it. Everything else is, you know, supplementary, bonus content. That's bullshit. Too much curve. It just works. It just works. Me? You don't even play Yakuza. Yet. You just wait, chat. False if you did. You know damn well that I can't let you start anywhere but the PS2. And if you did, out of curiosity, would you want to play it with the English dub? Or would you want to undub it? Because undubbing it is really easy. But like, playing Pirate Yakuza right now. She started with the pirate game. Pirate Yakuza seems so fun. I know a lot of people soured on it, but there are two things that I've heard ad nauseum as to why people don't really like Pirate Yakuza that much. And those two things that I keep hearing is that it's too silly and it's too short. But honestly, an overly silly pirate adventure with Majima that doesn't outstay its welcome sounds glorious to me. Like, that honestly sounds amazing. Just like a little mini game off to the side. Maybe it'll take me like 20, 30 hours to blast. Just a silly pirate adventure with Majima. That sounds great. Like, those are the two things I keep hearing over and over about it when people talk about how they don't like it. But it makes it sound like I'll love it. And I do hear people always give it credit and say that it has some of the best combat, too. I do hear that come up when people discuss it. So that will probably help. Beautiful. The game was marketed as silly. Yeah, that's what I always thought. Like, when I saw those trailers, I never thought it would be anything but just ridiculously silly. And that always was like kind of part of the appeal, at least as far as I go. I was like, that looks so goofy and fun. It looks awesome. But I will admit that generally, the Yakuza series hits that like perfect middle ground and balances them. And Pirate Yakuza probably doesn't and is just nothing but silly. I can see where people are coming from. 6-pack. Ooh, 7-pack. Oh no, he said Doria. It's a death sentence. I'm telling you, every time he says it. Every time. Ugh. God. It is just an immediate, like, oh, it's fucked. It's done. Damn it. Because I think he yells it anytime that the ball is going to perfectly hit the middle. And if you don't have a nice curve that helps you take all the pins down consistently, you're just not going to get a strike. Played Pirate Yakuza? No. I'm just saying, like, the two things that people always complain about is it being too silly and too short. And to me, that sounds perfectly fine. Oh, no. Oh, that one was a strike. Ooh. Yeah, that one was mega fucked. Bro, this Celsius can got like so fucked. I don't know what happened to it. But like genuinely one whole side of it is like dented flat. Just one entire side of the can has been flattened. What do they do to you? It's driving me crazy every time I pick it up. It feels weird. Oh. Of course, now you hit a big strike while yelling it. What a bitch. Oh no. I love the way that he yells it. It's just every time he does, it's a bad shot. Even though stuff like that is supposed to signify a good shot. I guess if I wasn't going for a perfect game, 9 pins every time would probably still be a pretty good shot, but you would think it would be perfect to cause him to yell like that. He just did again. I wonder if that's the perfect, like right there. That seems so clean every time I get a shot like that. I think this is the same exact shot, right? Oh, maybe it's not consistent. Maybe it's not as clean as I thought, actually. Never mind. But I don't know, Pirate Yakuza seems like a good time. Personally. From what very little I've seen. And from what I've just heard of people talking about it. Okay, that one might be a little fucked. Nothing in this game is consistent. What do you expect, I guess? That's not wrong. Nothing in any of these mini games is really ever perfectly consistent, other than when I calculated out how to get the driving range shots to go in the hole every time, even like down to I would calculate it for every possible combination of the wind just so that I had the perfect formula for every single time. That was consistent. That was literally just, if you got that shot, it would do the exact same thing every single time. Which I wish I was able to do here. And I really wish I didn't have to rely on the physics so much. But like, no bowling ball can cleanly go through all the pins, is the issue. So you do just have to set yourself up for the best possible chance on the physics and pray to hit 12 in a row. Thanks, RGG. Big Doria shot. Huge even. Whoa! You guys see that shit? That was so clean. Speaking of clean, I have come into possession of the Armor King DLC for Tekken 8. I've barely played him because I told False and Kaz that I would play Battlefield 6 with them last night after her stream. So after I finished my work for the night, I barely had time to lab him. I didn't even play a match. But he's pretty clean with it. He's pretty sick with it, I gotta say. Double Doria, bro's hitting those electrics. You know who's not hitting electrics? Me, right now, trying to get back into Tekken 8. Got only a 30-day ban till she pushed for more of a punishment, and he got a forever ban, but that's it. Yeah, I read that whole story while I was up, like, doing my routine this morning. The whole thing is so crazy because Twitch security just let him go. Like, initially, like, literally right when it happened, They just let him walk away and were fine with it. And only when Emeru's manager, like, really got on their shit about it did they go and find him and ban him from the con. But they were just gonna let him stay with no repercussions after that. Until her manager pushed for it, literally nothing was going to happen to him. Which is insane. Like, that is so batshit to me. That they were just happy to let him walk off and enjoy the rest of the con after. Without even, like, talking to him or anything. How does Twitch manage to fail at absolutely everything? I don't know. And again, when I talked about this yesterday, I did not mean to do this because it never works. When I talked about this yesterday, I was also mentioning, like, a lot of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now aren't even going to TwitchCon anymore. And they're all pretty vocal about the reason that they're not going being because of the safety issues. Like, genuinely, so many of the biggest streamers don't feel safe at TwitchCon, so they just don't even go anymore. And then day one of TwitchCon, like, their lowest attendance from the top of Twitch being this year, day one, like, hour 2, this happens. It's crazy. It's insane to me. They have a moron CEO. It's trickle-down economics. I wouldn't say moron, but I have certainly not been charitable to Dan Clancy since his becoming CEO. I have actually had very little positive to say about him or his leadership. I would say more. Look, I wouldn't, but I certainly haven't had many nice things to say about him. You guys see the video of Clancy trying to flip a streamer around, like, on stage and dropping her on her head, by the way? Speaking of, this was also at TwitchCon, I believe last year, not this year. But has anyone seen that? Just while we're on the topic. No? What? No? Hold on, I could probably pull it up. Hold on, this is worth it. Trust me. I'll find it. I'll find it. Because I know this video that I'm thinking of. Oh, I found it. Oh, apparently this was yesterday. Oh, no. This, never mind. This was last year. Scratch that. One person said it was yesterday. I got one guide. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. This is from last year's TwitchCon. This is Clancy on stage with another, like, big partnered streamer. I probably can't play the audio, actually. But it's not important. The audio has no relevance to this. There's just music bumping. They're on stage. She was fine. But, like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? What is this? What is this? He actually just drops her, like, right on her fucking head. Like, boom. Right on the noggin. Crazy. Crazy shit. The most limp wrist move he could make. Bro, he could barely hold her up. He should not have even attempted the flip. Because you can see when he lifts her that he can barely even hold her weight. Like, I don't know why he still went for the flip. Pretty cool finisher. Six pack. Look at Discord. I just saw it. I just saw it. Who the fuck is that? I have no idea. 7 pack. Oh. 8 in a row. Oh. 9 in a row. God damn it. Not Doria. Okay. 10 in a row. 10 in a row, boys. Oh no. Oh no. I fucked it. Physics, please. God damn it. Look over to turn it down and there's a man staring at me. That's so good though. No, could have been. I was a little late on the timing. But I found the strat. I haven't been putting enough power behind it. I want like that 1 notch below max. I was aiming more for like half. Like this, I would want a little bit more than this. And that angle is bad. But because it's less power, it might work out. Yeah. Because the slower it moves, the more curve it gets behind it as it travels. This is the perfect amount of strength. This is fucked. This is not doing anything. The angle has to be good with the strength, though. Especially when you're putting that much behind it and the curve can't save it. But the higher strength definitely makes it more consistent. And there are like 2 angles that work very consistently with that strength. And I just have to get the curve right depending on which one it is. This is still more than I would want. But it works. I would want less than that. I still want like near the middle curve-wise. But this, if I'm lucky, can work. It weirdly seems to work a lot of the time, actually. Like this? About that much. Oh, fuck me sideways, really? God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, what False sent me is, she's playing Fallout 1. And on her, she has an Elgato Stream Deck. And she uses it to adjust audio, right? And the logo for Fallout 1 that appears on the Stream Deck, like for the audio slider, is just like a pixelated version of this dude's face. Like, I don't know who that man is. I don't think he's from the game. He doesn't look like he's from the game. It's just this random man's face. Is he the dev? That would be insane if it was. He's just like, oh yeah, make my face the logo. Like in Windows. It's John Fallout. Must be. Oh, False, the other night I did get myself up to Vault 15 while you were streaming. When I mentioned it, I did get myself up to there. So I'm ready whenever. All right, we're bagging. Let's go. Once we're bagging, it's serious. That's a good amount. Six-pack, boys. It's happening. I would have wanted a little more power. 7. It's Tim Kaine, apparently. Is it actually Tim Kaine? Oh my god. 8 in a row? Oh! Physics! Fuck! Come on, man. It's Tim Kaine, false. Don't worry. It's just the watchful gaze of Tim Kaine. Nothing to be worried about. I would love, speaking of, if like the Windows icon for any Bethesda game was just Todd Howard's pixelated face. Like, you say that. False doesn't like Todd Howard, which is why she says that. But, like, I would fucking love if Todd Howard's face was, like, the icon for Morrowind or something on Windows. That would be so good. Actually, most appropriately, it should be the icon for Fallout 76. I feel like that would just fit the best, really. Or Starfield. It could be Starfield, too. He makes videos on game development and Fallout. Does he really? Like, still today, you mean? Like, currently? Could be Pitchford. Okay, but, like, it's hard for me to hate Randy Pitchford when he's so funny. I've talked about this before. Like, he is such an ass. He is absolutely the biggest asshole. But, like, holy shit, he's funny. Tim Kaine. Hold on. Does he really do... He does! Oh. And they're not, like, edited videos. He uploads very frequently. Because he literally just turns on his webcam and talks into the camera about stuff for, like, 10, 15 minutes. Oh, this... I gotta come back and watch some of this, because that would be really cool shit. Maybe False could even enjoy some of it. Probably not. But it's Tim Kaine, so maybe. Oh, fuck. Pitchford is funny in the way DSP is? Yes. Or, like, Low Tier God. I feel like Low Tier God might be more appropriate in this situation. You think our game isn't optimized? Make your own game engine. Then tell me how to do it. Yeah, go make your own game engine, says the guy using Unreal. I love him, though. He's so funny. Because he says that, but, like, they didn't make the engine that the game runs on. They just licensed it. It's so funny. I love Randy Pitchford. Premium game for premium gamers has been, like, my favorite line of the year from anyone. Just favorite sentence that has been spoken. Premium game for premium gamers. It doesn't even sound like a real thing that a game director would say. But it is. It sounds like what's it? It sounds like something that you would make up to like do a parody of someone exaggerating the quality of their own game or some shit. I'm trying to find a way to word it. It sounds like a parody, though. It doesn't sound real. Like, the fact that he actually was just like, Borderlands 4 is $70 because it is a premium game for premium gamers. This is not one of those little low-budget games for the casuals. No, 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 no. This is a premium game for the premium gamer. It's so good. Like, the fact that he unironically said that is so funny to me. I loved it so much that there's an entire VOD of me playing the Battlefield 6 campaign and just saying it ad nauseum. Literally everything, I would be like, premium explosion. You know why? You know why that explosion was premium? Because this is a premium game. For fucking like 3 hours straight, I was saying it, playing the Battlefield campaign. Oh, come on. Bullshit. It's so funny. I love Randy Pitchford. Oh, I just said 3 frames. I didn't input a down in there. I wasn't looking at the screen and I thought just like spam the button. Yeah, that's a 3-frame game. Whoops. There you go. A few hundred yen. Like a gamer drink ad. It does. No, that actually is more what it sounds like. It's like an ad that's made by like an ad that is for something gaming related, but no one on the marketing team actually gives a shit about games, and no one in like the executive branch of the company gives a shit. So you get these marketing ads that are just like, this is a premium game for premium gamers. Or there was like a brand of laptops or something a few years ago. I remember seeing ads for them on Twitch, particularly. I don't know who this was. I don't remember what company. But one like gaming laptop company ran this whole ad campaign about how they were like harvesting the DNA of gamers and putting it into the laptops to make them like the perfect gaming laptops. I don't remember what this was, but I remember it being the most ridiculous ad campaign ever. Does anyone know what the fuck I'm talking about? Because it was insane. I'm sorry, what? Exactly that. It was awesome. This was maybe like 2020, 2021-ish. These ads were running on Twitch. And they were so fucking random and funny. That's a split? How the fuck did that turn into a split? That was like the perfect consistent shot. What happened there? I do have to watch some of those Tim Kaine videos though. Those seem awesome. Even if it is just him rambling like at his webcam for 10 minutes. Just some of them, like the titles, I'm like, I would love to just, like while I'm working, have a video on in the background that is Tim Kaine rambling about using non-combat skills in combat. I would love to listen to that. That sounds awesome. RNG bowling, it kind of is. See? The physics can really screw you. It was Omen. Was it Omen? That sounds right. I'd believe it. Did you have to Google it? Did you have to like search around to find this? The late response makes me think that you were like Googling gamer DNA laptop ad. Oh my god, yeah, I Googled exactly that, and the top thing is a video from a YouTube channel talking about those ads. And they titled the video, Omen wants your gamer eggs and swims. I Googled exactly that, and that's the top result. Talking about it. That's so good. This was 5 years ago, so yeah, 2020. Look at me, man. I'm on it. I know what I'm talking about. Even when I sound like I'm just fucking schizo rambling off random sentences, I swear, I know. I know. That's the first thing I hear. I was talking about like insane gamer ads, and I remembered this string of ads from a few years ago for Omen laptops where they were like, we're harvesting the DNA of gamers, putting them into these systems to make them the perfect gaming laptops for gamers. They were awful. They were so bad. I just randomly remembered it when the topic came up. It's got that stupid Omen app though. Oh. Bro, why do laptops always come like all bloated and clogged up with that shit? I swear, like I remember when I got this laptop, the one that I got through work, like for when I was traveling or just not in office or whatever. When I got supplied with this laptop, bro, they had so much like random shit. Like it was so bad the way that it came from MSI. It's an MSI laptop. I ended up keeping like the one app that lets you easily manage the hardware without like going to BIOS or anything. That is from MSI. But bro, other than that, they had so much random bloatware on it that came just by default. It was awful. It's like all the people saying I'm donating my DNA, like that I'm doing my part from Starship Troopers. Yes, it's pretty much like that. Yeah. Those ads were wild. I remember those so well for some reason. I say for some reason, but that's one that just like sticks with you after you see it. It's like the PS3 baby, where you're just never forgetting that ad after you see it. That ad is a part of you now. Like I just said the PS3 baby and half the chat was like, oh God. Everyone knows the PS3 baby. If you saw it, you don't forget it. It sticks with you. Just one of the weirdest ads ever. Don't lie to me. It's not the Xbox baby, is it? No, it was PS3, right? Or was it Xbox? No, it was PS3. Hold on, you guys want to see the PS3 baby? Oh my God, I thought more people would know it. You guys want to see the PS3 baby? Since apparently it was PS3 though. For a second I was like, no, is it Xbox? And I fucked up. This button. This was a real ad, by the way. That's the PS3 baby. That is the commercial. They just ran that like around the time that the PS3 came out to promote the system. Apparently. Back when marketing was good. Oh shit. Hold on, I never put my new highest rank in Tekken in my own like channel to promote it. There. I fixed it. Someone, or Raiden, replied to my like previous highest Tekken rank, and it made me realize I forgot to post my new one. It's creepy to reference the fact that its memory system is an abomination. Yeah, no wonder parents thought games were the problem. Bro, game ads were so weird in the 2000s. Like, so fucking weird. Oh, Xbox did have one. No, I remember the one you're talking about too. The baby that flies out and like gets really old and goes into a grave like immediately. And then the whole like thing with the ad, the slogan or whatever, was that life is short and you should buy an Xbox and enjoy it. I do remember that one. Now, like, it literally flies out of its mom, like, pew, and becomes really old, like, really fast, and lands in a grave. I remember this vividly now that you mention it. I thought of that when they said the Xbox baby. I've seen that one. Yeah, okay. I was thinking of a PS3 baby. Because everyone was just making baby ads back in the 2000s. It was the way to sell consoles. Obviously. Who didn't want a fucking creepy-ass baby in their console adverts? So weird, dude. What were we cooking back then? Seriously, what the fuck were we doing? This is another moment. I had one of these moments yesterday, talking about the 2000s. Like, just what were we on? What happened in the 2000s? Like, collectively, what were we doing? What were we doing? We thought that all that shit was, like, cool, clever, and then you look back and you're just like, bro, what the fuck was this? Fucking PS3 baby. Sony back in the 2000s was like, this will sell the console. This'll do it. Now we have this as an Xbox. That ad is also bad, to be fair. Not even, like, I get what they're trying to do, promoting the overall ecosystem and all that, but, like, it's just kind of cringe. The ad itself just kind of makes you go like, oh. There was a better way to do this. The idea was good behind the ad. The execution could have been a lot better. Have you seen Kingdom Hearts ads? Probably. I'm assuming if any of them were wild, False probably showed them. Maybe. Even then, I don't know. Maybe not. I somehow pulled that out of my ass. I guessed on the curve. I'll take it. They're all just flat and generic now, no personality. That's true. Bro, the fucking Cracker Barrel one from a few months ago. I feel like even bringing it up already just got a reaction out of people because of the weird culture war that it started when there was nothing like cultural or political about it. It was just a terrible rebrand. Like, that new logo was shit. Cracker Barrel has such a great logo, like going way back, and they were just like, what if we just like made it a box with plain ass text instead? I think we just make it a fucking yellow box with text in it. Seems good to me. Just what a terrible rebrand. Hold on, we're kind of cooking though. Thankfully, they walked it back, which was needed, because it was terrible. Oh, fuck. Not a batting cage stream, unsubscribed. Bro, what if I told you that we've gotten 2 10 in a rows today? And we need to hit 12 in a row. And what was that? That was 7 right there. We got unlucky on that one, but that one was pretty good too. Strikes like that are fucking satisfying. That is so nice when they just all immediately fly around like that. No stragglers, none of it. They just all fucking boom. Those are nice. Yakuza's bowling is really fun. Weirdly, like I don't even hate doing this, is the thing. There's something weirdly enjoyable about Yakuza bowling. And even this is like a fairly old and janky take on it, because Yakuza 2 was the first time they did it. Like the PS3 games really got the bowling right, and it's so fun. This is the run. This was not the run. Stream delay strikes again. Immediately after I fail it, this is the run. Just those few seconds of stream delay can be brutal. You're insane. I know. I am the bagger of Dojima. It'll be your turn someday, Hot Sauce. Trust me. Someday. Although the minigame completion, I wouldn't recommend. It's not even totally mandatory. I would definitely recommend, if anyone does do Yakuza 2, unless you really just want to go through this yourself, skip the minigame completion. It's not even mandatory. Because, what's it? Like, anything that is mandatory will have a percentage like that in the top right of it. Like the food menu, you see food is required for the 100%. Like eating all the food at the different restaurants is required. So those get a tracker. Like a legit tracker. Drinks, same thing, literally. Heat actions, required. Hostesses are required. The side missions don't have a percentage, but these are required. Mini games are not, point being, but you get that red text when they're totally completed. You get that really satisfying red text. And, oh, I can't help myself. If you give me a nice completion criteria, and especially if you give me something in the menu like that, that just feels satisfying to check off, I gotta do it. Bro, like Battlefield 6, the mastery camos and stuff in Battlefield 6 aren't even that good. But they have that badge menu. If you go to your profile and it displays how many mastery badges overall you have, and you can go through like the bronze, silver, gold tiers, platinum, and then I think the top one is like elite. And that badge menu is satisfying. Just seeing that and like getting the first couple, I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, we're doing the mastery grind. I need these badges. I'm working for these, absolutely. You give me a good menu to fill out, and I'm there. I knew it. I fucking knew it. God damn it. Your turn to get bagged someday is crazy. No, no. Do the 100% rebirth stream and I'll consider it. Bro. God rest my soul if we ever end up doing Final Fantasy. Because you know, I can't back down from that challenge. 100%ing every Final Fantasy game. It would go against everything I stand for. Everything. Everything. Just God help me if we do. I say that like Yakuza already isn't insane enough. The thing is, Yakuza has way less games. I think Final Fantasy has like 70 games or some shit. Yakuza has like 25 right now. But the thing is, Yakuza games are fucking big and release like 1 to 2 titles a year. Which is where people are like, yeah, we're never going to escape Yakuza. This is a permanent staple now. Is it well over 100? I thought it was like 70 or 80. Is it actually 100 plus? You're bullshitting me. No way, right? The wiki list is all fucked. Really? Wait. This can't be right. It's missing stuff that even I know it's missing. It's missing, like... They have a big list that is supposed to include everything on the wiki. But, like, it doesn't include Final Fantasy Tactics or anything. No? No, it does have... Crisis Core is on there. I was like, does it just not have any of, like, the... I don't know. My God, bro, I'd have to like go and compile the full release order list myself. Like combining a bunch of different sources into one master list manually. 126 on the Final Fantasy Network. Fuck, dude. There's like Tactics and Dissidia and a bunch of mobile games. Yeah. Does that include like re-releases and remasters and stuff? The 126? Because that would take a good number off. Because I wouldn't really count them. Because like Final Fantasy 1 has been released like 4 times. Just, it looks a little different every time. Has Famicom and Pixel Remaster. Does it have like the PS1 version that has Final Fantasy 1 and 2 together, like on the same disc? I've heard they all have changes. They don't have too many changes. Final Fantasy 1 at least doesn't. All that it really did was it increased like the gain rate of XP and cash and stuff so that it wasn't as grindy. But like the game itself is the same. No, Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts are their own franchises. It does also have Origins and Anthology. Yeah, okay. So it includes like all the re-releases. That probably takes a lot off, to be honest. That probably cuts the number down by a ton. Because even just the Pixel remasters take off 6 of the 126. And then Origins and Anthology take off another 2. So even just from re-releases of the games that I know of, as someone who's played like one Final Fantasy game ever, we've already cut 8 games off that 126. That probably takes the number down to a much more reasonable amount of games, to be fair. Still probably ridiculous, but more reasonable than 126. It includes Advent Children on DVD, so it includes movies as well. God, even then, like, I would probably use that list since it has everything, but I'm gonna have to sit down with it and, like, look at everything individually. Be like, is this a re-release? Is this a movie or some shit? Like, do I have to do this? I would have to make my own list after all. You know what would be nice? Doing a franchise that has, like, less than 10 games would be pretty cool. Just to change it up. So far, Ace Combat is the shortest review series I've done, and that one was 13 games. Would have been 14 if Infinity was still alive. It would be nice to do one that has, like, less than 10. That would be pretty cool. Something like 5 or 6 would be pretty great. Like, that's a fairly extensive franchise, but, you know, I could bump it out in the span of like 2 months in terms of videos, probably, assuming the games aren't huge. Oh, fuck. So funny to hear you say I'm playing every Yakuza game in preparation of Pirate Yakuza. Wasn't that the Yakuza 2 video that I said it? I think. Because that was me leaning into the meme. Because the Armored Core series I had done specifically in anticipation of Armored Core 6. So that was like part of it at the beginning of every video. Like, I was playing all of them to prepare for AC6. Did I say it in Yakuza 1? I feel like I didn't. I think this was definitely the Yakuza 2 video. Because I remember, well, getting a comment on the Yakuza 1 video that said, I can't wait for the Yakuza 2 video for him to say, I'm playing in preparation for Pirate Yakuza. And I did. I wasn't going to say it in the video, but I did say it just because of that comment. And then the same guy commented in all caps and was like, he said it! He said the thing! I remember this well. I swear it can't be in the Yakuza 1 video. There's no way. Granted, the Yakuza 1 video was like a year ago, and I don't rewatch my videos. So maybe I did say it. But yeah, it was the meme, because also the Metal Gear stuff was explicitly to prepare for Delta, because that had a lot of hype behind it at the time, and made me really want to check out Metal Gear. Like, I had already been planning on it, but that made me want to even more. That was like, okay, now is the time, sort of thing. The Yakuza videos were just to play Yakuza. They weren't specifically for Pirate Yakuza, but that one comment made me want to put it in. And it was worth it. It was worth it. Some good bagging. We've gotten a couple 10 in a rows today. We've gotten real close. One day PCSX2 is going to break and suddenly it's a reaction stream and you'll eat those words. If PCSX2 breaks, I have my PS2. I do. I could probably fuck with the memory card. I would have to figure it out. I probably should figure out how to do that beforehand. I know it's not supposed to be too hard. Due to these Yakuza accomplishments, they really are. I'm the swinger of Dojima. I'm the bagger of Dojima. I'm already like the one guy on YouTube who has actually extensively covered the PS2 games. Because even from what I've seen of a lot of the Yakuza YouTubers, they will, like, most of them at least, they've played the PS2 games, like, in their entirety. And they will mention things about the PS2 games, but they'll mostly refer to the Kiwamis when discussing 1 or 2. Or even if they're just talking, like, story stuff, they'll show footage from the Kiwamis because they look better. I feel like I'm the one guy who really is like, no, the PS2 games are still like something special. Something I want to talk about all the time. Doria. Fuck yeah, that's a nice one. I like that. I want them all to look like that. No questioning if the physics are gonna let me get the strike or not. Just clean, boom, all down instantly. I want more like that. Those are the good ones. Thank you, RGG. They want to say something that their audience would relate to? Maybe, but I feel like them being inaccessible is almost more reason to talk about them. Like, as weird as that might sound, it's the same way I feel with, like, Kenzan, where I fucking love talking about Kenzan. I take any opportunity I really get to talk about it. Because no one can play it. So, just, I guess, bringing more attention to things about it, like things that it did, whatever, feels even more important because of that. Oh, fuck. Kiryu has to be a Season 3 character. I fucking wish, but they said that they don't want to do a fighting game crossover with Kiryu because he doesn't hit women. Which I think is the silliest fucking reason to not... Like, he's such a perfect character for a fighting game crossover. It's crazy to me to get hung up on something that small as like, nope, can't do it, sorry, nope. We refuse. No fighting games for Kiryu. It's like Ichiban or Majima. I think Majima could work almost as well. I don't think he's as perfect, but like, he's right there, right? Right? I want them to bring a Soul Calibur character in Tekken. That would be so funny. I feel like that's probably, well, I feel like outside of disrupting the flow of Tekken, that's pretty realistic, all things considered. But my one thing is, even then, we have Clive in Tekken 8. That guy is a Soul Calibur character. He's already disrupted the Tekken flow in that exact way. So, like, I guess fucking go at it now. Unironically sexist, but maybe that's too woke to talk about here. What, not hitting women is sexist? I feel like that's crazy. Oh, huge. I mean, I wouldn't. Unless, like, actually threatened. Not even threatened, like actually in danger, I guess is the better way to put it. Threatened, I wouldn't. Because of retcons in the remakes? There aren't really many retcons, though. At least I haven't played Kiwami 2, but Kiwami 1 doesn't retcon, like, anything from the original. It's basically one-to-one story-wise. Aside from just, like, little nods to stuff that weren't there before or whatever. Oh, come on. Son of a bitch. I don't personally subscribe. Nah, I don't either. Oh, how RGG treats female characters in general. I mean, maybe. I don't know. He said he would fight me. He said I got 2 free hits, though. I did say that. I did say that. RGG's got some really dumb stances, I gotta say. Yeah. Stuff like that definitely ages more poorly with recent controversies factored in as well. But, you know, who's keeping track at this point? Not me. Oh, fuck's sake. The 1 pin. God damn it. Now, Falso and I don't need to fight each other physically because we could just do it in Tekken, like that that old couple from the old Tekken 3 ad. Some people will know the ad I'm referring to. The like late 50s, early 60s couple they have in that one ad that are just playing Tekken 3 and absolutely taking it out on each other through Tekken. We could just do that, it's fine. We'll always turn a blind eye, you know me. Have you progressed much in Battlefield 6? No. I mean, I've been playing as I've been playing, but I only have like 4 bronze badges. Oh, actually, well, okay, I've progressed, not multiplayer-wise, to be fair. Or not much, I guess. But, wrong button. I was looking for this, and I was like, where the fuck is it? I almost have everything for the campaign done, and then I can uninstall it and never touch it again. I've been chipping away at it in my free time, trying to just get that totally out of the way. Just last night, I got the last achievement for campaign done. I have all the collectibles now. So I have, like, I think 3 challenges left for cosmetic stuff for multiplayer, and then that's it. I'm almost totally done with campaign stuff, and then I never have to touch it again, thank God. What a stinker campaign. But what's it? I think I have to do, like, complete a mission with pistols only, and just other stuff like that, just little things. You mean uninstall the campaign? Yeah, because they let you uninstall it. Like, in the menu, you can just say uninstall under the campaign if you're not going to play it. They let you get rid of it, so you don't have to have it sitting on your drive. So I'm just saying, once I get that last, like, set of campaign challenges done for the cosmetics, that shit is gone. That shit is gone. Great move, IMO. I'm gonna say it again. Because I have to on some of these things. You guys know whose playbook that came out of? The separate mode installation features, because you can uninstall the multiplayer and just have the campaign as well. You know who started that? Some people in chat know. It was Call of Duty. They've been doing it for years. Battlefield. Or was it MCC? MCC used to let you uninstall and reinstall the games separately, but in a patch they separated the campaign and the multiplayer as well, like a few years ago, after MW19. Was it MW3? No, they didn't do it until Modern Warfare 19. Cool. Yeah, you used to be able to choose what games you wanted, but it was just like Halo CE, Halo 2. They, when they started putting MCC on PC, like during that big overhaul movement they did for it, where they really fixed up MCC and made it not shit a few years ago, that was when they separated the campaign and multiplayer. Let you start installing those separately as you want. That I'm shocked I got, by the way. I did not think that was going to be a strike. 2019 was 6 years ago. What the fuck? Yeah, you guys know what I saw the other day? I saw some video where they were talking about it was like some kid who had a rare condition. I don't remember much about it. It was like a rare skin condition. It was some video just talking about that. And this was like a 13-year-old kid. Or no, it was a 12-year-old kid. Sorry, it was a 12-year-old kid. I'm watching it. And then they say something about the kid being born in 2013. And I just kind of had a moment where I was like, whoa. What the fuck do you mean kids born in 2013 are 12? Already. What? How'd it take 10 years for Bloodborne to get nothing? Nothing. Nothing. Shit. There was this post on Reddit asking if COVID was actually that bad because he was too young to remember it. No, that has to be a troll post. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Oh, come on. Oh. God damn it. That actually has to be a troll post. I don't believe it. Speaking of playing Battlefield 6 with Kaz and False last night, since the topic came up, bro, the worst breakthrough map in the game, a lot of people are just saying generally the worst map in the game. I disagree on that. But by far the worst for like breakthrough, bro, New Sobek City on breakthrough is so garbage. Like absolute garbage map if you're on defense. They gave the attacking team all of these rooftops to snipe you from, and no cover from them, and no rooftops to snipe from for your team on defense. You're trying to hold down this site. Like the entire team is attacking one site all at once, and you just have like 20 rooftop snipers shooting at your team, picking you off before you can even do anything the entire fucking time. Like and you don't have any actual cover from them or anything. It is such a fucked map for breakthrough. I honestly can't believe it shipped like that. It's not the first time I've played it on breakthrough on defense, but like every time I do play it, I just am even more like, what the fuck were they doing with this? Breakthrough in general is not great. I think Breakthrough is a great mode, but a lot of the maps in Battlefield 6 are not designed properly for it. It's a map design issue right now in Battlefield 6 when it comes to Breakthrough. Because the mode is the same it has been for years. Granted, they renamed it, but the maps are just not set up right for that mode. It's so fucked. Can you see if it's... When does he say this? What game? What is this from? This line. Because like grammatically it seems solid. Oh, I got a split and I wasn't paying attention because I was reading. Conquest and Escalation are fantastic, thankfully. Yeah, Conquest feels pretty good. Russian Breakthrough would be better if the maps were, you know, actually made for it. Because it really does feel like they made every map in the game only for Conquest right now. Which is fine if you only play Conquest. But, you know, I've played Battlefield for... When did Bad Company 2 come out? I was going to say 13 years, but longer than that. Bad Company 2 was not 2012. When was Bad Company 2? Like 2010, 2009, 2010, early 2010. I've played Battlefield for 15 years. So like, I could just play Conquest and it would alleviate the map issue a lot. But I've played so much Conquest over the years that I can only have fun playing that one mode for so long. Right? Like at some point I need more variety than that. And when I do try to branch out in Battlefield 6, every other game mode plays poorly right now because of the map design. It's fucked up. I'm praying for those DLC maps coming like in the next couple months to be better for them. Or even, because like, I would love if they made some adjustments to the layout of the maps. Like if they did some reworks to some of those sites that are problematic right now. But I don't expect them to. Like I think those maps that are in the game right now are just always going to have those problems. Which is unfortunate. Kiryu. I need you to hit all 10. None of these 9-pin shots. I think Hardline was truly underrated. Hardline was good. It unfortunately was like dead on release. Just because people hated the cops and robbers thing. But like the game was good. The campaign was not. But the game, the multiplayer was really fun on that. It was pretty much just Battlefield 4 with a whole bunch of new maps and guns and the cops and robbers thing instead of military theme. Had zero Battlefield vibes. Yeah, it had a totally different feel to it. So people even just like from the initial trailers, it was kind of what happened to like Infinite Warfare back in 2016 and like BO7 this year. Where as soon as those first trailers came out, people were just like, no, don't really care actually. Not interested. Come on, Kiryu. The Doria. Always a bad sign. You see the PvE mode they added to Marvel Rivals? Yeah, I only saw the trailer. I haven't seen like people playing it or anything. Anyone who has seen more of it, it looked kind of shit. Is it shit? Because it looked pretty shit. I'm gonna be real. Because at first I was like, oh my god, a zombies mode in Marvel Rivals? You know, Marvel Zombies? Like, what a great idea. And then they showed the gameplay in the trailer and I was like, oh. Never mind. But maybe it was just really bad, like, gameplay in the trailer. It looked like an afterthought. It looked just... Genuinely, it looked like they took some of the multiplayer maps and they took like 5 characters from the main game and they just plopped them in there and then put in some zombies that run around in big groups. And it genuinely, at least from what the trailer was showing, that's all it looked like. It didn't look like it had any more effort put into it than that. Although the trailer did say, like, the first PvE mode in the game. So I think they're gonna do more. Hopefully there's more effort put into later ones. Siege has better events than that. Yeah. Hey, Siege, some of the Siege events, they used to run some pretty great, like, Christmas events when you had, like, the snowball fights. Those were fun. You'd never play them for more than, like, an hour. But the Siege snowball fight with friends was just goofy when the Christmas event rolled around. Those were pretty good. Obviously, the like zombie event that they did for Siege was actually really awesome. That's the one that everyone remembers. Yeah, I remember. I liked the Marvel Zombies material. Not the What If episode. The What If episode was really bad. Like, that was a huge letdown coming off the comic material for it. But I think the comic material for Marvel Zombies is actually really good. Like, really interesting the way they went about it. It just worked surprisingly well. Kiryu. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? But yeah, the Marvel Rivals zombie mode looked really bad. Genuinely, just from the little bit of gameplay at the end of the trailer. It just looked like they had these big hordes of zombies running at you. And then Marvel Rival characters, like the melee-based ones particularly, have like these big sweeping attacks that have like some minor AoE stuff with them. So like, you just have these hordes, and then you see like Magic or whatever swinging her sword and hitting like all of them in a line. And there's almost no feedback on the zombies. They kind of just keep running at her, like unfazed by it. She like teleports away to get some space and then just starts swinging again and is getting like no feedback. And it looked really, really unsatisfying to play. They made Handshake fan events a minigame. What the fuck? The Haruka stuff is pretty good in 5. A lot of people complain about it. I thought it was pretty great. It's such a good change of pace, like once you're that far into the game. It just feels like you're playing something totally different all of a sudden. And then once you're done with her portion, it goes back to being a normal Yakuza game. Which I guess on replays, a lot of people probably hate that. Like, you know, you just don't really want to. I could see that, but at least on that first playthrough, just really digging into everything in Yakuza 5 and enjoying it for what it was, I thought Haruka's stuff was a great way to change up the pace, like halfway through. That one pin being the one that's left is insane. Zombie Uprising and Saints Row 2. Oh, I remember that. It's hard to not compare to COD Zombies with a zombie mode in a multiplayer game. I don't really know how they could have taken any ideas from that in Marvel Rivals, to be fair, because you can't really like switch weapons or anything like you could in COD Zombies, but surely you could have done something with like that weirdly magical formula that's existed for almost 2 decades now, like spawned a whole core component of the Call of Duty experience just off of something that like one guy on the team made in his spare time during World at War's development. And he just somehow nailed the system so perfectly the first time around that they're still doing it. It's still a big marketing point, even this year. Holy grail of zombie games is Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is right there, but it's a little different. Where I feel like Left 4 Dead isn't really firing on all cylinders unless you do have like a party of 4 together for playing it. It's like the one thing for me with Left 4 Dead. It's also just a very different experience in the sense of I love blasting the Left 4 Dead campaigns with friends, but then once I've gone back to like Left 4 Dead 2 and played all the campaigns through again, I'm kind of done, right? Like I do that and I'm like, okay, that was nice. Going to the next thing now. And it's amazing for that time that you blast through it, but then at least I personally have never gotten like hooked on Left 4 Dead. Because it is a game that just lives on, it's so fucking fun. Helldivers 2, I still haven't played it. Back 4 Blood is also good if you want to kind of Left 4 Dead 3. I actually really enjoyed Back 4 Blood, but then it had the same thing where like I did actually replay campaigns a bit because of the card systems and everything. And I think that one of the best parts of Back 4 Blood is that they do have more progression throughout the campaign. And you can carry progress from one campaign into the next, and it will keep scaling up not only your loot and rewards, but also like the enemy cards and modifiers and everything. That shit was great. I loved all of that stuff that Back 4 Blood did. But the core game definitely was not on par with Left 4 Dead 2. And then the level design and the characters, just like Back 4 Blood, systems-wise, had like all the right ideas for evolving Left 4 Dead, but then just ended up coming up short in like every other aspect, which makes it so disappointing for me, because genuinely, like, I imagine Left 4 Dead with those systems changes and additions that Back 4 Blood makes. Left 4 Dead 2 with like that card system, the more long-term progression as you move through the campaign and keep going. All that stuff in Left 4 Dead 2 would be godlike. Genuinely, it would be so good. But unfortunately, it's doomed to be in Back 4 Blood, where everything else just doesn't really click the same way. Best game Cole's refusing to play. I'm not even refusing, I just have so much other stuff that I'm playing, and Helldivers personally isn't like jumping out at me in a way that it's like, okay, I have to put other things off to the side to play this. It looks good, but it doesn't look that good, is I guess the best way to put it. CSGO. I used to play CSGO. Like, years ago, yeah. I didn't play the World War Z game, though. Is enough to trigger Helldivers fans. Yeah, it looks great, but like, I've got so much other shit that I'm trying to play in my free time. And like, it just doesn't look good enough for me to put aside other things that I want to play that instead. If that makes sense. It's not that it looks bad at all, it's just I've got so much other shit I'm playing, and I picked up Armor King now, so 24 hours in a day is not enough. It really isn't. Especially with my schedule. Oh no, Doria. Let's go, the GOAT. I've barely had time to play him. I got to lab him for like 30 minutes, and that's all I've been able to do so far. But I did pick up Armor King. So my rank climb is also probably about to slow down a lot because getting off the Kazuya, getting on the Armor King for a bit. I'm on a Dragon Age Origins kick right now. Good game. Dragon Age really is like that series for me that's like, bro, what that series could have been if they just stuck with the things they did in Origins. I wish. I wish that they didn't try to do things differently for no reason other than for the sake of doing things differently. Like the fact that they did that with Dragon Age 2, and then they did it again with Inquisition, and then the series kind of died for like a decade. And then they come back, you know, they finally have this big triumphant return, and then they do it again. They just try to change it up again for no fucking reason. Like, dude, especially after like a decade of dormancy, that's when you come back and you do the thing that made people love the series. That's when you do it. Is after a 10-year hiatus, that's when you go back to the roots and make something that people actually want. You don't get experimental when you do that. That's like the worst time to get experimental. Fuck's sake. Safe to say Dragon Age is dead. Very safe. At least for now. Again, give it like 10 years or so, maybe. But for the near future, yeah, it's dead. They killed it. And yeah, that EA buyout definitely shakes up a lot even beyond that. Although, to be fair, just to be totally transparent, like Dragon Age was dead pre-buyout too. They weren't doing anything with Dragon Age before they got bought out. It was already dead. It's just even more dead now, but it was already dead. After the sales and reception were so poor, it was already doomed. Aren't they working on a new Mass Effect? They were, but now we don't know what will happen with that because of the buyout. Because it was also still pretty early on. I would say Mass Effect also will probably get canned with this buyout. That would be my guess. My thing though with the new Mass Effect, with Mass Effect 4, I don't know why they announced it when they did. Like, we genuinely should not have known We just shouldn't have even known that they were planning on it. Whoa. Weird one. Oh, come on. We'll have Madden and FIFA games until the end of time. We will. We will. This is true. But yeah, Dragon Age Origins, for me at least, was the last great Dragon Age game. Also the first one, but my point stands. I might have curved it too much. I did curve it too much, son of a bitch. Years before release? Yeah, it's so weird, because I feel like we're starting to move away from it, but for a while, they were getting fucking crazy with it. Like, I could go for the low-hanging fruit of Elder Scrolls 6 being announced in, like, 2016 or something. But even beyond that, like, Mass Effect 4 should not have been announced. The KOTOR remake probably should not have been announced. Beyond Good and Evil 2 definitely should not have been announced. Oh, come on. That was a good one. Wasn't Cyberpunk announced really early? Not terribly. I think Cyberpunk got announced in like 2015, which was really early, but compared to the other ones, somehow not as bad. But yeah, that 5 years from announcement to release is still probably too much. 2012? Was it really 2012? Was it that early? Yeah, the odds were bad on that one. That angle was fucked up. Oh yeah, Skull and Bones. Holy shit. Skull and Bones. I forgot about that. Oops. I missed when I was freaking out at Elder Scrolls 6. I feel like Elder Scrolls 6 is a game that, as much as I feel like I am worried about it, logically speaking, I feel like Elder Scrolls 6 is probably safe. Which sounds weird. But, hear me out. After 76 and Starfield back to back, they know that they have to make this one good or they are just, like, permanently fucked. Because they're already kind of fucked in terms of just how people view them. But there's a chance that they could redeem themselves with Elder Scrolls 6, and they know that. They're well aware of that. But if Elder Scrolls 6 flops, they're done. So I feel like that one has to be safe, right? Logically speaking. Because if that comes out poorly, Bethesda is genuinely going to be just screwed. Like, they will not come back from that. They won't. Having 76 into Starfield into the sequel to their biggest game ever. Like, imagine that comes out like shit too. They would actually just be dead. Like, that would be the point at which Xbox has to be like, all right, pulling the plug on this. We're not doing these anymore. Even when I see gameplay, I probably won't care. I'm hopeful. Is it in too big to fail territory? Sales-wise, yeah. Yeah, definitely. But oh, that was a nice neck crack in there. Ooh. Sales-wise, yes. But I think if the reception is poor, like in the same way that Starfield or 76 was, then there's still, the studio will suffer and will not recover from that. Because even like people forget with 76 too, how badly the trust was broken with Bethesda. Not even just because the game was buggy or barely worked or anything. And there was all that. That was all true. But there was all the shit with like the bag and them refusing to issue refunds of the game and yada yada. There was so much broken trust with 76. It went well beyond just the game being bad. And then Starfield has totally fucked it. It doxed people who wanted the bag. Yeah, the bag, like I said that as if it was just one little thing, but the bag was so... The bag was a series of failures. I read the word form while saying it. Just one after another. The bag was like a domino effect. Part of the collector's edition. People wanted it, but it was expensive. People were pissed. Whatever, you couldn't buy it separately. Fair enough, though. But it started even there. People were pissed that you couldn't just buy it as like an item of merch on its own. But that's fairly reasonable, right? We can look past that. The bag comes out, the bag is shit. Nothing like what's advertised. The material isn't even the same as what was promised. The bag was just already total shit. People were pissed. Because again, they spent like $200 on this bag. And it was total crap, genuinely. And then the reviews from like influencers and stuff come out, and their bags are different, entirely different bag, exactly what was promised on the pre-order collector's edition listing, but only the influencers got the actual bag. Only influencers and review outlets got the real bag that was promised. Everyone else got total cheap bullshit. And then this whole thing gets stirred up. It blows up in Bethesda's face because of course it does. What the fuck were they thinking? And after enough refund requests and refusing it and all that was a whole saga, they're like, okay, we're gonna remake the bags. You go fill out this form, we'll remake your bag and send it to you. Okay. People go and fill out the form. The form stores everything on their website and does not have any encryption on it. People hack the Bethesda website and get all of the personal data of everyone who filled out that form. So again, mind you, to bring you back to it, everyone who went through any of this bullshit, every single one of these people were the people who spent $200 on this video game. And then had to go through this whole series of failures and blunders from Bethesda to even try to get their product. It was so bad. And then I didn't even mention the game was shit. The game didn't work. Even once they fixed it up and it did work, no one really liked it. Most people just thought it was boring. I say no one, false liked it. Like 10 people liked it. But the whole thing with 76 was insane. Just the entire thing. Forgot about that part. What a mess. That has to be illegal. It's fake marketing. It is illegal. But no one took them to court for it. So they got off. Because what are you gonna do? Sue Xbox? Like, you have a case, but do you have the funds to be able to battle it out with Xbox? No. There's literally no human NPCs in it for like a year. I've talked about this with False, and you know that it's crazy when False is saying stuff like this. Did the stream just blip? Anyway. I was talking about this with False maybe like a week ago. Not for me? Okay. YouTube said that it wasn't receiving any signal from my OBS and that stream was about to end if it didn't. So I was like, what the fuck? Anyway. False and I were talking about 76 recently, and she said, mind you, False, big gamer, but more casual, doesn't really get too into like the mega hardcore stuff. But False was like, bro, you know what sucked about 76? Because she played it a lot back when it came out. She said, not being able to PvP with players unless they accepted like your fight request was one of the worst parts of that game. And I agree with her that in a game like that, PvP should have just been on like globally across all the servers realistically, or just even specific servers or whatever. Because like, what's the point of having these interactions where you just run into other players like out on the wasteland if there's no threat to encountering players? Like, there's no reason for it. You just kind of walk by people and it's like, oh, all right, whatever. Like, there's literally having the multiplayer server, there's no point to it. There's genuinely just, there's not even a purpose to playing online and running into people. Yeah, PvP servers like RuneScape. And like, yeah, it would have turned into people like hunting other players and stuff for loot, but I mean, yeah, what else would you want from multiplayer Fallout? Genuinely, like, what is the fun? What is the purpose of running into other players in the wasteland if there's no interaction between you other than just walking by each other and you like see them and you're like, oh, a player, and you just keep going and doing what you're doing? Like, at that point, what is even the purpose of making the game an always online multiplayer experience rather than just making it a single player Fallout? Never go full Rust? Again, False said this, which is the crazy thing. Like, False was the one who was like, yeah, I would have wanted to actually, like, be able to PvP people, you know? To cooperate than to fight each other. But, like, what are you cooperating for? You know the quests in that game? They were all just like, go here, kill some rad roaches. So False likes Rust? She did play it a little bit, but I don't think she enjoyed it. She's probably lurking in here. False, you did play Rust, but you weren't really into it. Am I right about that? She's probably just lurking and feeling out the room right now. False played Rust a lot. Oh. I thought you played it, but you weren't, like, big on it. That's just every Fallout mission ever. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, you don't really need to bring backup to, like, go clear out some rad roaches, you know? Wants to bully new players. PvP was never going to work. I mean, at that point, you just have to build out the game systems-wise to be better for PvP. who's not on the game like most. It's annoying that people have like everything after day 2 wipe. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of games with wipes. Oh no, is this the cursed angle? No, we're good. I didn't like that 76 was MMO. My thing, like when I was talking with you about it especially, the more and more that I thought about it, I was just like, what was even the point? Outside of like just the gimmick of it and the fact that the game came out in 2018. I always say that like 2016 to 19 was like the dark ages of everything trying to be a live service multiplayer. And we're still in that stage of everything trying to be live service, but like the games that came out during that time frame generally were not good live service multiplayers. Like we now have a lot of really good ones that have held up. But back then, bro, we got so much like live service slop during that era. We haven't really moved on. I would say the quality has gone up a lot. As someone who doesn't even really get into those games, just from what I do play of them, I'm like, okay, we're way better now. But bro, the multiplayer games back then, it was like everything was moving to multiplayer. And I mean everything. Like Fallout just looked at their game and they're like, what if we did this? But it was always online. You have to connect to a server with other players. Like just for no reason. Every like single player game was moving towards trying to be multiplayer for no fucking reason. Like nowadays, at least you have games that make sense as live service. Not all of them. Looking at you, Sony. God of War live service game. Spider-Man live service game. I don't know what they were cooking with those, but like generally speaking, they at least make more sense now. You still get ones that are like, what? But back then I felt like everything was just why. Can't forget adding a battle pass to every game. Thankfully the battle pass thing is kind of dying out. Not totally, but there are a lot less battle passes now. Thank God. Because that was the big thing, even up until like a year or two ago. You still see some, but thankfully they're winding down. Like Diablo 4 Battle Pass. Why? Why? Oh yeah, the power armor thing in 76 was crazy. Brother. They put a battle pass in my racing game. Yeah, the Dark Ages, like there was a period in there where so many new multiplayer games were coming out and then just immediately failing. And even now, like a lot of the biggest live service games we have now are still from like 2015. Because the few that did make it then were the good ones. Like we still have Rainbow Six Siege. We still have Fortnite. We still have Apex. We still have Overwatch. But like outside of the 5 live service games that came out then that are still the biggest ones now, bro, everything flopped. It was crazy. Every game became multiplayer for no reason and just insta died. It was wild. It was a bad time for multiplayer games. I still think it's a pretty bad time for multiplayer games, but not as bad as it was then. This dude just gave me a sandwich as a reward for the side quest. I did not. Strike! I don't know why I was still mashing. Like, absent-mindedly, I was still, from trying to just get into the bowling in the first place, mashing the button. 2 to 4 co-op with the story of games. Yeah. I think, and obviously with co-op, the game needs to be built around it for co-op to work. That's how I feel about anything multiplayer, though. Co-op or competitive. Like, the game needs to actually be designed with these things in mind to work. Like, you know why no co-op game is better than Left 4 Dead 2 still to this day? Because Left 4 Dead 2, every single aspect of Left 4 Dead 2 was built with the co-op as like the primary focus. Every last bit of that game is designed around it. There's nothing in that game that isn't. And still to this day, it is like, anyone who has played Left 4 Dead 2 is still just like, yeah, that's the best co-op game I've ever played. It just, yeah, that's the one. That's it. Dying Light was a great game. I'm a little vocal about Dying Light. I liked Dying Light. I have never finished Dying Light. I've started that game like 7 times over the years. I have never once finished that game. I haven't. I've never seen even like, I don't even think the second half of that story. I don't know, to be sure, or, yeah. I couldn't tell you for certain, but I doubt I even made it like halfway through on any of those playthroughs. I always pick it up and have a lot of fun for like 3-4 hours. And then I just lose my urge to keep playing it. Pretty much around the same time that you get like the first gun is about when I lose interest in that game every time. Hella underrated zombie game, Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 was good. I played it the whole way through on stream when it came out. Dead Island 2, in a good way, feels like a 2012 zombie game. But I also feel like that's like the biggest problem with Dead Island 2. Is it's like both the best and the worst part of that game is that it just feels so much like a zombie game from like 2012. It is so exactly that era of gaming. And that is the biggest strength and weakness at the same time. Is you just are like, it's nostalgic, but like for something that came out, was it 23? And I spent like $60 on it. After I was past the nostalgia, I was like, man, this game really could have been so much better though. Like they really could have done a lot more with this game than they ended up doing. And then the ending fucking sucked. I don't know what that was. The ending was so shit. Because the whole thing with Dead Island 2's ending was, what's it? It's set up for a cliffhanger so that you have to buy the story expansions that came out later in the year to actually see the rest of the story. Like when you finish Dead Island 2, you've actually only hit like the halfway point of that game's story. And then the rest of it was relegated to expansions that came out later. And then, yeah, I heard the DLC wasn't even good once it did come out. That was also like, I finished that game and that made me so salty that I have not gone back since. That had me so pissed when I finished it, and I was like, bro, they intentionally left the story open to finish it later on. Make me pay like another $60 or whatever over the year just to finish it. I never did. I never bought the DLCs. Fuck that. Oh. Sam C. Another game that was announced too early. Well, Dead Island 2 wasn't necessarily announced too early. The thing that happened with Dead Island 2 is that that game got scrapped and restarted like 5 times. And every time it happened, not only did they restart, but they passed the game off to a new developer every time. And there's a decent bit of documentation on those like other versions of the game. Some of them, like there are leaked builds out there where you can just go and watch like uncut gameplay from them. But the issue is the game got passed around between like 5 different developers, and every single one of them started the project from scratch and made it totally their own. So that game, what ended up happening was they announced it, and I feel like they announced it at a pretty appropriate time. Like the initial reveal trailer was about 2 years before the planned release of the game. But then that got scrapped because of like politics with the publisher, and then they sold it off to someone else, and it just started ping-ponging between all these different publishers and developers until it eventually managed to get completed by one of them. It was just that whole history with Dead Island 2 is fucking insane. Remember that OG Dead Island trailer? That was the reason that anyone bought that game. Like 100%, the first Dead Island trailer, that reveal trailer, is the reason that that game ever sold at all. The game was nothing like that, like in terms of tone or anything, but that trailer was the reason that game sold. That trailer was incredible. Please. That was the perfect shot. But yeah, you guys say lock it in with the bowling. The thing is, it's the physics. We're at the mercy of physics on these. You can throw the most consistent shots, but there's no shot that you can throw that will actually knock down all 10 pins every single time. So you can get like really consistent setups, which is what I'm doing here. But if the pins don't cooperate, they don't cooperate. Any minigames and future games you're not looking forward to? No, nothing. After Yakuza 2, nothing will be as bad as these minigames. Absolutely nothing that this series can throw at me after this will be as bad as the Yakuza 2 minigame completions. These are fucking insanity. You remember the statue? I don't think so. I don't recall a statue, no. Yakuza 3 Golf? It's got nothing. It's got nothing. That was too much curve. I tried to... Oh! It worked out. For a man yet to go through Ishin. Ishin is fine. Ishin Kiwami, I don't know what they did there. But OG Ishin is fine. Thankfully. OG Ishin won't be bad. You'll regret saying that when we get there. No, I've had a couple other people who have tried to 100% Yakuza 2 come through. Like, people who complete a lot of them. Just a couple days ago, we had the guy who runs Yakuza Archive channel in here. And he's completed most of them 100%. And he even was like, yeah, I have never on any of my, because he's 100%ed most of them multiple times, apparently. And he said, I have still, to this day, never legitimately achieved minigame completion in Yakuza 2. He was like, yeah, I've had to cheat it every time because I lose patience trying to do it legitimately. So if that doesn't tell you, I don't know what will. I've heard similar things from other people who did the mini games in Yakuza 2, but him just a couple days ago, he was like, yeah, I've never done it without cheating. I've never legitimately gotten 100% mini game completion in this one. Uh-oh. Winners cheat in video games, it's true. Blame it on Clara. Exactly. Oh, it was a zombie woman torso? Okay, I do remember this. Now that you say it, I do. I have seen it, yes. I do remember the bikini zombie bust. I do. That was crazy. Look at Shinada, exactly. If you don't cheat, you lose. Just like Shinada. Fuck me, by the way. Fuck. What are my hotkeys for save states? I think they're F1, F2 I set up. I could just speed up the resets at least, since we're getting to the point where we're just at the mercy of physics RNG. I think it might be appropriate. Man, it's going crazy. The bowling is fucked. It's easy to consistently get like 5, 6 of them, but then 12 in a row, just... We've gotten 10 like 3 times today. We need 12. Every once in a while, it's good. It happens. What are my hot? Oh. Yes. Gave me a warning telling me not to use save states in place of real saves. Because we've been playing for so long without saving. Lulls you into a false sense of security. It's not harder than Alien Course Baseball. It is not. Okay, those are my hotkeys. We just speed up the process, speed up the resets a little bit. Just like that. Same shot twice in a row. One time, one pin just gets left. There's genuinely an RNG aspect to it with how the pins scatter. They're not consistent. Real Yakuza. Use save states not to cheat, but to reset quickly when trying stupid bullshit like these. Ooh. What was that Armored Core grip? It's cursed as fuck. It's a grip from the Japanese community when Armored Core 5 was out. And PvP was really big in Armored Core 5. But the controls in the Armored Core games are really complex and really tricky to get to grips with. So they held the controller like that to be able to press any button on the controller at any time. Like, they genuinely had everything covered all at once. That was the purpose of the grip. Rest in peace, six-pack. It's gonna warn me about save states every time. Still playing PvP in 6? Yeah. Some people are. To be fair, PvP was never that big in Armored Core. I mean, you'll hear people talk about it like it was, but due to the nature of how niche it was over the years, even within Japan, and, you know, the fact that they didn't even have online play until, like, 4th gen, even when PvP was a thing for the majority of, like, the history of Armored Core, it was limited to local communities meeting up for, like, LAN parties to PvP. Like, it's never been a core aspect of the game, but there has always been a portion of the community that has been super big on PvP. It's like the Souls community. It's the same as the Souls community with PvP. It's never been a core aspect of the game, but there has always been, like, a niche portion of the community within the niche community that has loved that shit. And, like, that has been their main enjoyment of the game for years and years. Claw haters, have you even tried the grip? That's what I'm saying. I've been a claw gamer for many, many years. I swear, the people who say that, like, it's cursed just have never used it. Never taken the time to really give it a shot. It's glorious. I just default to it in most games. It's just, I'm so used to it that it is the way that I hold the controller when I pick it up. Like, my hand naturally goes to the claw grip. Because across all sorts of games, it is just the move. It is the way to do it. Not all games, but many. People love even me using the claw in Tekken for, like, multi-button inputs. Like, if you have to do 1+2 or something, I won't, like, try to slide my thumb across them. I'll just use my thumb and my pointer finger. My index finger, even. To hit both at once. I can see it working in T8. I use it all the time. And I play Kazuya, so I do a lot of 1+2s. Down 1+2, crouch dash 1+2. Oh. Muscle memory at this point, if it's not a strike. Crouch dash 1+2 after the recent patch on Kazuya is fucking ridiculous. I can't believe that they buffed it so heavily, but it's awesome. I've always loved that animation and I wished it was better, and now they've actually made it like one of his key moves. It's incredible how much they buffed it. Because they made it +5 on block. And it's a crouch dash mid pressure tool that they have now made +5 on block. On Kazuya. Kazuya doesn't get +5 on block on anything. Like, even a blocked electric is only +3. Kazuya doesn't get tools like that. But now he does. Not too dissimilar to using a leverless. Yeah, some people love fighting games on mouse and keyboard. I'm not one of them. I think it's crazy bullshit. But you do you. If it works. False actually confessed to me recently that back when we were playing Tekken 8 here and there when we first started dating, because she picked it up just to have something to play with me like that, and I was trying to teach it to her, she adopted mouse and keyboard without telling me that she was changing over, because doing some of the Tekken inputs on a D-pad started to like hurt her thumb a lot. So she quietly jumped to mouse and keyboard without telling me so that she could actually play without her thumb starting to hurt. And I didn't know until like last month. I just never knew. Mouse and keyboard is perfectly fine. I think it's perfectly fine. I just would never. I'm a pad guy, like genuinely. Like even everyone thinks that like fight stick is the way to go because it's like a competitive advantage or anything. Or something rather, grammar. But the whole reason for fight stick, genuinely, at least as it was conceived, you now have things like leverless sticks, which are, yeah. But originally, the whole purpose of fight sticks was just to preserve the arcade legacy of fighting games once everything started going online and at home, like console-based. That was just legitimately the purpose of making fight sticks in the first place. It wasn't even for the advantage or anything. It was just to preserve the feel of the arcade. But I personally, like as fun as that would be and as much as I might use it if I bought one, I just play on pad and I enjoy it. Like I have no issue playing on pad. Oh, come on, man. Clearly, I have no issue playing on pad. I play high rank Kazuya. But I just like playing on a good old D-pad, 4 face buttons. It's great. I love it. Okay, come on now. I like controllers for 2D, but 3D feels better on stick. I could see that. Fight sticks do seem fun just for the sake of doing the arcade thing. Like that's, if you're playing like an old fighting game from the 90s, like they were designed with that sort of setup in mind. So like that naturally just makes it really fun and surprisingly smooth for some of those games that you would think would be jankier by now. Or I guess clunkier is the better word, clunkier by now. Yeah, like MVC2. That's a game that is 100% made for a fight stick. And you can kind of feel it. Like even playing on pad, you can kind of feel that it's meant for a stick. Someday I might buy one. But I don't know, there's something about the good DualShock 4. Good old DualShock 4 never fails me. Really in any game. I'm using one right now. Good old-fashioned DualShock 4. My boy. Durable, great size, great D-pad, great buttons, everything. Love my DualShock 4. DualSense over DualShock. I would go DualSense if they didn't break when I look at them wrong. I absolutely, like, I love the feel of DualSense, but holy fuck did they cheap out on the production of those things. Jesus Christ. Yeah, part of the reason I love the DualShock 4 is because they just, dude, they're built to last. Holy shit. And the battery life. I don't use them wireless. I play wired on controller always, but the battery life is also a funny thing with the DualSense. Shit. Almost. New model is solid. Yeah. I've had my bad experiences with DualSense. I'm done buying them. Spent over $100 on them already. I'm good. I have actually legitimately, get this, since 2013, I have purchased the same amount of DualShock 4 controllers as I have DualSense controllers. Let that sink in. And now let me add on top of that, I have a fully functional, zero issues, zero damage DualShock 4 controller in my hand. I do not have a DualSense controller that is not broken or damaged in some way just from me playing with it. Like, I don't drop them. I don't throw them at the wall or anything. Like, I have purchased the same amount of those two controllers in the last 12 years. And the DualShock 4, I still have a fully functional one. The other one, I don't. I have two DualSenses sitting around that are both fucked. Like, both thumbsticks are fucked. One of them, both thumbsticks are fucked, and the R1 is fucked. They are not built to last. At least the early revisions were. So at this point, I'm good. I'll buy these forever. If they don't give me a reason to change, I'll be the boomer with the DualShock 4 controller on PC always. Because, God, they're the best. The only downside to DualShock 4 is without Steam input, a lot of games don't natively work with DualShock 4. But Steam input is a thing, so you can just bind everything right manually within Steam and make it work perfectly with anything on Steam. Sony's Fight Stick? I don't know. I have no idea what the pricing is of it. Switch Pro controller feels the best for me. The Switch Pro controller is really nice. Speculated to be $299. Fuck, that's an expensive stick. It does look nice, but fuck, that is expensive. Beautiful. Saw a guy using it in the stream. Was it like at Evo? Or I guess just someone really big, like a big FGC guy recently, maybe. Might have gotten one early. Yeah, Game Pass games don't work with DualShock. That is, like, recently playing Gears 4 with False, because it's only on the Xbox launcher on PC. I've been forced to use my Xbox controller with that, because the Xbox app doesn't natively support DualShock or DualSense. It doesn't support Sony controllers. Or like even third-party controllers that are based on like the Sony framework, those don't work either. Was just playing with his girlfriend on his couch. Must have been someone big, surely, because otherwise there's no reason he would have it. Premium stick for premium fighters, of course. It all makes sense. It's the premium, or sorry, that's the new Sony model. They only make premium items for premium gamers, like the PS5 Pro, premium console for premium gamers. Xbox is starting to get into that too. You know, Xbox Ally, the ROG Xbox Ally, sorry. Premium handheld for premium gamers. Oh, fuck's sake. Will only get worse now that Xbox is dead and buried. Hey, they're not out yet. We know that they're still making a console despite everyone acting like they're not. Because we literally just got a leak out of AMD about how upset they are with Xbox over how this new console production is being handled right now. So we know that they are working on like a premium console, probably also slotted for 27, just like the PS6, if I had to imagine. Oh my god, that's a leak that I didn't talk about somehow. The PS6 leak I never mentioned on stream. This was like a week ago now, the PS6 leak, and I somehow didn't talk about it. But yeah, like we know now from an insider leak that the PS6 is coming out in 27. I mean, it was like everyone's guess. Pretty much everyone was expecting 27, but we have it confirmed now that they are starting production in early 27 and shipping in holiday season 27. Like, we all kind of knew, but now we know. How much will it cost? That we don't know. I bet internally they probably don't even have that nailed down yet, considering it's still a couple years away. From retail, I mean. From announcement, it's probably about a year and a half away. Oh shit, that's not enough curve. Physics! Physics! This gen doesn't even feel like it started for me. Bro, I'm on PC. It feels like we're still just in the last gen, to be totally real. Like, as someone who didn't buy either new console, it doesn't even feel like a new gen happened. Legitimately. Like, not being involved, but still being involved in gaming, just not specifically with the console market. It genuinely doesn't even feel like a whole new gen even came around. It feels like we're still just in the same... It feels like we're in like a... What even is this gen? Is it 9th gen right now? Right? The current systems are 9th gen, I think. Oh no, 8th gen. No, 9th gen. It is 9th gen. My bad. Yes. It feels like we're in gen like 8.2 right now. Genuinely. As a PC guy, it feels like we have barely even moved from the last one. Because, like, on my end, I'm just getting the games, right? Like, I'm not on the hardware. So it doesn't even feel like we made a big jump with the new hardware. Like, my games that came out in 2019 feel like they sit right there with the games that came out this year. Genuinely. Like, fucking Metro Exodus, I bought a year and a half before the new systems came out. That game could have come out last year. You could show that game to someone, tell them it came out last year, they'd be like, oh yeah, okay. They would just believe you. I think they're intentionally trying to standardize specs now. What, PlayStation? As someone on PS5, it's really not much of an upgrade over 4. The only advantage is it can now handle games that were once PC exclusive. That's fair. I can see that. Oh, I didn't expect a strike. Gaming companies in general. I mean, they'll never really be able to standardize specs. just because, like, A, competition, and B, like, devs are only gonna get crazier and crazier with trying to push it too, for the wow factor. We're starting to see that dial back somewhat, but not really. Like, some devs out there are starting to dial it back and be like, we really don't need to wow you. We really, like, as long as the game is good and it's relatively impressive, like, we're chill with that. It's more about the game. But a lot of AAA devs are still trying to go for the, what's it? Like, the fidelity wow factor that at this point, bro, I feel like I genuinely just don't care anymore. I'm just so like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. It returns 60 FPS to consoles. That's true. That's true. I think needing to have a separate mode that turns down the graphics for it is, like, obviously not ideal. Because the standard... Or, sorry. In terms of comparing, like, the system leap, if that makes sense, like the actual leap between systems, you're still using the fidelity mode to compare in terms of how they perform, because everything in previous generations just ran on fidelity mode, right? Like, that was the only mode. What the PS5 did, and the Xbox Series, was bring, like, the split between fidelity and performance to the market to allow for that option. Which, thank God they at least did that. 60 is the focus for 6. Yeah. It'll be, I'm really interested to see the price, because I'm wondering if they're gonna go for like a PS5 Pro price tag. Purely because, like, I feel like they have to if they're going to achieve that level of performance and fidelity in the console market. It's one of those things where you really can't get that result without that price. You know what I mean? Which was what the PS5 Pro was. Like, the price is fucking stupid, but it's because it has to be. Like, otherwise they're just giving money away, basically. What, like 1%? Yeah, the 50 to 40 series was fucking ridiculous. That was like the dumbest. I would have upgraded just to stay at the top end for like videos and streams and all that, but there was no reason to. Like, I didn't upgrade, and I'm still running top shelf hardware even without it. Like, genuinely, that generation of GPUs just didn't need to be a thing. Outside of, like, they wanted to crank up like frame gen and upscaling and stuff. Outside of that, there was no reason for it. Fuck me. Although, what I will say about the 50 series, I will give it something. I will. In terms of getting 40 series performance for cheaper, the 50 series is actually a decent play. Obviously, 5090 is not what I'm talking about. But when False needed an upgrade a couple months ago and I was helping her look at GPUs, I genuinely sat there looking at the 5070 Ti and just going like, I mean, shit. Because we were able to get her a card that is 1% slower than my 4080. 1% difference. Basically the exact same card in terms of horsepower. But her card was $900. My card, when I bought it, was $1,500. Hers was $900. That is something I can give the 50 series. Is that for someone like her upgrading from a 30 series and trying to get top shelf hardware again, it is significantly cheaper to go 50 series than 40 for basically the same result. And it does have that strength going for it. Like, genuinely, my card that is marginally better by this much, right? By like the tiniest, least noticeable amount, was nearly twice as expensive 2 years ago as what she bought 2 months ago. I can give the 50 series that. Like, if you are looking for top shelf hardware and you're not already rocking a 40 series, the 50 series can be attractive if you're looking at certain models. The 5090 is stupid. The 5080 even is pretty stupid. But for her, like, the 5070 Ti was pretty much exactly what she needed at genuinely a fraction of what it would have cost if she needed it 2 years ago. You know? It was great. It honestly felt like a steal to get that, like, obviously still a $900 card. But for what it does, it felt like we got a crazy bargain on it, and we bought it at retail price. Like, we didn't even get it on a sale or anything. I have to give the 50 series that. The 5070 Ti, if you're looking to upgrade from a relatively older system right now and get that top shelf experience, is pretty affordable for what it is. Obviously, $900 isn't affordable, but like, cards of that sort of horsepower don't normally cost less than $1,000. That's unusual. I can give it that. Was that AMD card that was like $350? Oh, what was it? It was one that was announced. Is it out yet? I don't think it came out yet. But AMD did have a really high-end card for $350. And I remember when we talked about it, it was like the day they announced it. I don't know if it's out yet. Did it ever come out? Because I feel like I would have heard if it did and if it was that good. So I feel like either it's not out or they way over promised on it and it wasn't actually that great. I think the physical media might weirdly end up coming back. I don't know if it will for Sony. I don't think Sony's market cares. But what's really interesting is if anyone hasn't seen it, there's been a big push from the Nintendo fandom of all fandoms about how much they hate getting a game code in their physical copies. Sony gamers haven't pushed back too much, but the fucking Nintendo fans are complaining about Nintendo, which never happens. Never happens. About how they are sick of buying a physical copy that just gives a download code. And even like some of the biggest like Nintendo coverage YouTubers are really going ham on Nintendo right now and just straight up being like, I don't even want to buy these games anymore because of this. There's been a crazy amount of discussion from the Nintendo community about it lately. Which again, Nintendo fans normally just fucking gobble up whatever they're given. So it's shocking that that they are the ones really pushing back on this. But I think it's because Nintendo hasn't really tried to move away from it until just this year. Like, this is the first time that Nintendo has kind of systematically tried to make that change. And they're just not having it. They're just not. hasn't completely forsworn it to the extent Nintendo has. That's true, but Sony has been like planting the seeds and slowly trying to make that transition for years now. Like they've been gradually making the push for it, probably so that they didn't get a huge amount of pushback right away. They still kind of did, but then it died down after the PS5 came out. No one really cared anymore. Ooh, I barely got that. That was luck. Oh no. Oh. 8 in a row. Nine in a row. Ooh. It could work. Maybe. 10 in a row. Uh-oh, Doria. 11 in a row. Chat. Oh my god. Worst part too is that that last shot was a perfect lineup that is normally like 90% consistent, and we got a 1 pin. We got a 1 pin on it. Oh my god. I touched my glasses there by accident. Fucking put a fingerprint on it. It's still there. God damn it. I need to get the actual... like, cleaning rag for it. Whatever the fuck it's called. I do this every time I have, like, a spot on my glasses. I always try to do it with my shirt. Doesn't work. Never does. And I'm like, okay, let me get the thing. I am good. I got fucked. That's what I got. That was kind of nice, the way that it dominoed back. That was sweet. Obviously, that shouldn't have been a strike. That was pure luck, but like it was cool. Once again, consistent setup, nailed it. 2 pins left standing, because sometimes it just says no. And it can happen on any throw in the string of 12. The constant increase of the pricing. I think streaming era will. I don't know if you mean for gaming. For media, I think it definitely will. Like, or for like TV and movies, I meant to say. I think it definitely will. Gaming, it feels like it is now going to crash because Game Pass. And Game Pass will be the first domino in this. Because that was like the gold standard. Unless Sony makes a massive move to do something, well, they kind of have their similar service. It's never quite been the same, but they have something similar. With the PS Premium, I believe it's called. I'm not sure if that's the one I'm thinking of. Oh, that was a strike. It fell over last second as I looked away. I looked back, like, on the final frame to see it down. God damn it. Okay. But I think now that Game Pass is on the way out, inevitably, it's not like already dead, but it's well on its way out. I think they're all gonna start to go. Fuck me. I never liked any of the subscription model stuff in gaming to begin with. Personally, I never subscribed to any of them. I always thought it was a stupid idea. I was like, no, just let me buy the games that I want and just have them. Like, I don't want to rent games en masse for like $10 a month or whatever. I'm not even gonna play more than like 1 or 2 a month, if even. Probably just 1, to be real. Like, I don't need to spend $10 a month on that. Especially, again, by the time Game Pass really started coming around, I was in the process of moving to PC. So Steam plays a role in that. I rarely buy a game that's not like 75% off. But, you know. I still have just never liked the idea of buying a game and not owning it. Or like paying for a game, I guess, is the better term. And not owning it. Like, if I'm gonna pay, I want to just keep the game. You know? Steam sales are elite, to be fair. You get so spoiled when you move over to Steam and you're just like, oh my god, my games cost nothing. Like, buying games, chump change. Steam sale rolls around, like the holiday sale rolls around. I buy like 6 games that I probably won't even play for like $10. But I own them now. And I'll probably play one of them and then forget about the other 5, but I own them for the price of like 1 month of Game Pass or whatever else it might be. My backlog is looking crazy. Mine too. It's so fucked. I own like 400 some games on Steam now. Because Steam sales are so like, everything goes on sale. My wish list lights up green like a fucking Christmas tree on the Christmas sale, even normally. And I'm just like, oh yeah, this is $1, this is $2, this is $3. Boom, 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 boom. Just buy a bunch of shit that I want to play that I had like on the watch list. I probably won't play half of it, but I own it. And maybe someday I'll remember that I own it and play it. Steam sales are great. You get so spoiled on Steam. It's part of why I get so pissed at Nintendo for not doing sales. Because I tell this story a lot. But when I wanted to buy Mario Odyssey on my Switch, because I didn't buy it right away, I waited for a sale. And Mario Day comes around, March 10th. Nintendo calls it Mario Day. They run a big sale on like all the Mario games on March 10th every year. You know how much I got Mario Odyssey for on sale on Mario Day, like 3 years after it came out? Instead of $60, I bought it for $57. They put it at 5% off. 5% discount on Mario Day for Mario Odyssey. Years after it came out. I saved $3 by waiting. $3 I saved waiting for that sale. Fuck's sake, Nintendo. They're the worst when it comes to sales and stuff, because even when they do, it's like that. They're like, oh yeah, you want to save $3 on your Mario? Bet you do. I keep forgetting this is a thing. That I can do the fancy camera angle for the hell of it. Mario Kart 8 is good. Smash Ultimate is like maybe the best value for money on the Switch, in my opinion. Just the amount of content and shit in Smash Ultimate. I don't think there's really a better value for the price game on the Switch. Oh yeah, Hyrule Warriors. The thing with Hyrule Warriors though is like, isn't that game pretty much just grinding the same thing? Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I'm not too familiar with the genre, but Smash Ultimate, when I talk like the amount of content, it's like all the modes and stuff in Smash Ultimate. A lot of grinding. I thought so. Like, that was my understanding, is that it is like 1,000 hours of content, but it's like 1,000 hours of doing the same thing. Whereas Smash Ultimate, yeah, you could probably get like 1,000 hours out of it, and they've got all the different modes in there. And then obviously like the roster, and it is a fighting game, so every character on there plays different. Not as different as they play in like a Street Fighter or Tekken. I try not to bring up Tekken every time, but I can't help it. But different. Tekken is like the craziest example of fighting game characters being different, though, to be fair. Like, I try not to, but that is my best example. Even the Tekken characters that play similarly, like by design, play nothing alike. Like, you even try to play the Mishimas, because you're like, oh, you know, it's like Shotos, right? Like, they all play pretty much the same. No, the fuck they don't. They're all, like, entirely different characters that share like 4 moves. And those 4 moves are like the Mishima staples, but those are the only ones. Bowling, is this easier than the batting cages? Yes and no, because we only have to get a perfect score once. But what we've realized now that I've boiled it down to like the most optimal shots that I could, is that the bowling pin physics have some RNG to them. Where sometimes even doing the shot that works like 90% of the time, one pin just gets left standing because they don't bounce around the way that they should. So like, yes and no. There I got incredibly lucky. Holy fuck. I can't believe that was a strike. Oh, come on. I got one more in me. I got one more. Ooh. 5 feels like home to me. I want Far Cry 5 to be my favorite one, but it just can't be. Is how I feel like every time I go back to it. Because I like a lot of what they tried to do with 5. Like, I like the concept of how the world is split up, like the regions, and tackling whatever you want in whatever order, even though there is like a natural intended progression with that. You can do it how you want. I like it. It's just, every time I play it, I get a couple hours in and it just feels so weirdly empty and formulaic compared to like Far Cry 3. 3 is the one that I always go back to because I'm just like, man, there's something about it. There's something about it. Couldn't tell you what it is. It's probably Voss, but there's something about Far Cry 3 that just, it's right. It feels right. Anyway.
Bibbidi bobbidi bitch.
It is about that time, and I gotta get back to work. Big things happening this week. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub, follow, whatever, come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff, like, what am I doing, chat? Resident Evil, Ace Combat, and Metal Gear. I got it. We're doing all sorts of stuff. Come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a like. Algorithm, that's on the YouTube side. It helps out a lot, boosts the VOD. I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything else outside of Twitch or YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below on YouTube or on Twitch. They're on the channel page. They're in chat commands. You'll find whatever you're looking for. Twitter, Discord server, they're all there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to see you always back here next time. I hope you all have the rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream. Get that ass banned. And goodbye.